Thank you for watching, and remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your support.
Zone up here to the north that actually has a chance for going severe. It's not as high as in the south, but we're going to watch this area right in here. Minnesota, Iowa, nothing going on right now other than fog, but things will change. Everything is lifting north, the moisture, the warmer air, the higher dew points. And so we will see that feed up into this area today. We also have a front that's dropping down up from the northwest, a trough building in from the northwest. So I think it's a combination of sort of the two of these creating lift out there today. Southern Minnesota, much of Iowa, showers, possible thunderstorms here as we get through the afternoon and evening. And then even into the overnight, we'll see rain and thunderstorms still ongoing as a possibility. Tomorrow's forecast, look how this all lifts all throughout portions of the upper Mississippi Valley, all the way through Minnesota. Wisconsin, we get rain. North Dakota, we get rain, which we desperately need, so this is not such a bad thing. But I mentioned that trough digging in across the west. There's a lot more signs of it tomorrow, and we actually see some mountain snow across parts of Montana. We're going to be watching, even today, there's some chances of snow there in northwest Washington, mainly on the grass and mainly up at, at or above pass level. But let's look at your forecast for this part of the country, where tomorrow we could see the risk of thunderstorms, Rapid City, Scotts Bluff, and Nebraska, right in the middle of that for tomorrow's forecast, Jordan.
Yeah, that's right. These storms.
I think the chance for some of those cells to rotate, and the concern is that you don't have that great visibility like you had in places like Lubbock yesterday. So the storms that we'll see today will probably be embedded in a lot of rainfall. It won't be like these individual supercells, that have low precipitation that you have all the visible structure to. It'll be a line of thunderstorms with potential rotation, damaging winds and hail, all a threat there. This upper level trough is still here. It's slightly moving east, slightly, but we're going to keep that southerly flow going. So that does help with the lift. What happens at the upper levels with that trough moving in is it spreads apart the air. And think about when you're in a bathtub and you spread apart the water, that makes water from underneath come up, right? So that makes air rise. Same thing is happening. And so anything that causes air to rise, a dry line can do it, a trough can help it. That's where we got to watch for thunderstorms. So we watch today right here, especially in the South Texas. That's where the instability is going to be the greatest. So places like Corpus Christi and Brownsville and Laredo, you're all in that zone for potential storms. You watch these even this morning. At the tail end of that line that we have ongoing will help trigger new thunderstorms even this morning. So we don't have to wait for the afternoon for this to all go. And then watching again that line that all throughout Louisiana, the moisture feeding into it, Jordan, we'll see, I think, retrograde back a little bit. So Lake Charles, you're in play again today for potential severe weather.
Right. So, you mentioned
morning. I was just counting up the flash flood warnings. I think we have 7 active right now with a lot of heavy rainfall happening on top of what has already happened. So this is where we've had the big rain, the yellow and the orange indicating anywhere from 3 to 5 or even 5 to 8+ inches of rain. Across southeast Texas has been some of the hardest hit spots. Plus, we have had severe weather. We've had a handful of tornado reports, wind and hail, all of it actually from southeast Texas back to the Panhandle and up into Arkansas as well. Louisiana, we also had another busy day yesterday. So here is the features that we're still watching in the atmosphere. Same things. Upper level low has not gone anywhere. It's kind of pivoted a little bit further south, got a little more strung out. This whole thing is actually going to move north. And then we stay on this southerly flow here, keeping the moisture coming in right across eastern Texas into Arkansas. That's why it's pouring rain out there this morning. Look at our dew points in the 60s and 70s. The really steamy stuff is down here in South Texas, and that's where I think we could have some severe weather later today. This morning, we're watching for storms with a lot of lightning. 1,500 lightning strikes here in the last 15 minutes right over, especially between Corpus Christi and Houston and Galveston. That triangle area is just lit up with lightning, the entire sky. Mentioned all these flash flood warnings, and Victoria, Bloomington, Inez, these are some of the cities that are under this flash flood warning. We've had already anywhere from 5 to 7 inches of rainfall, and it's still falling in this area. Even if it's not as heavy as it was, the ground is inundated. Watching around the Houston area as well. And then we take you over to Lake Charles, where we do have some rain this morning. The heavier stuff is off to your east. One more stop in Nacogdoches and Lufkin, where we are under a flash flood warning. This goes until 8 o'clock again. heavy rain has already fallen and it's still raining, Jordan.
Yeah, it's like a faucet.